Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower clear.
So that was our CyberRocket launch that we were doing. We did it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And this is the build process. I started this about 2 weeks prior to, using plywood, paint, emergency stop buttons, even getting the kids involved and helping design. So there I put an Apple keyboard that I didn't have a use for anymore. Might as well put it in there. This right here is a hole that I'd made to house the PCBA, the printed circuit board from a Model S. This is just basically to kind of look the part and make it look like it's doing something. Now I'm doing some indicator lights, and so I'm just making the holes to put the indicator lights in. And these I put like cryogenics. I just kind of looked at what a NASA control station had and just P-touch labels to make it say some of those things. So the kids enjoyed it. They got to hit the switches, turn the lights on, turn the lights off, and so on. So it was pretty cool. So anyways, I just drilled the holes for those. And I'll put a link in the description for those indicator lights if you wanted to make something similar to this. So now I'm just going to drill a hole for these wires to go through the board to connect to the lights. So I put a little rubber grommet in there to protect it and make it look a little more official than just a wooden hole, since this will be right in front and center in front of the kiddos. So I ran all those wires right there, and then now I'm just putting out my level to mark out my holes for 6 switches on the right side of the control board. And these I just did other random functions. So on the left, this is switches that I had installed. The kids loved flipping these little switches back and forth for no-go and go switches. Alright, so I kind of wanted to show you the NASA mission control here that's going to control the Cybertruck rocket that you'll see in the later part of the video. This is kind of the build up. I'm starting to build out the mission control station. So I got little things here and there that you may recognize as a Tesla person. If you're not a Tesla person, these are some of the things. So this is an MCU out of a media control unit out of a Tesla Model X or Model S. This is just to look the part. Keyboard, you got some indicator lights here, a couple of switches, some other indicator lights over here, and there's going to be some more switches right here. But what I'm wanting to do here is all these indicator lights are 24 volt lights. The switches are DC switches. And so what I want to do is I want to wire this switch into these lights. And basically when this is pulled in the up position, it's going to display either red or green. I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there. I kind of just wing it. This whole project, I just kind of have winged it. These lights will indicate random things that'll just make up, I don't know what yet, rocket boost, things like that. And the kids will be able to switch things back and forth and turn the lights on and off. And so my plan is I'm going to have a Milwaukee or a Makita battery underneath of here, and it'll power all these indicator lights on. And then once the kids hit the rocket launch button, it will turn one of these lights the other color, and then I'll actually be holding a remote. There's going to be no link, don't tell the kids, but there's going to be no link between this and the car. But I'll have the Cybertruck countdown going, and then I'll hit a button that will launch the fog out of the back of the truck. So that's the plan right now. So what I wanted to do is I want to wire this in to these lights. So what I want to do is I want to pull the back of this off, and I want to check for resistance. I don't know which one does what, so I'm going to go across these leads. That shows OL right there. So if I press it, now it closes that loop. Let's see if it does it on both sides. So now that's open there, and now it's closed there. So it's just the opposite. I might be able to run 4 wires to this. I'm just thinking out loud here. 2 to this, 2 to this, 2 to the battery. So that way when I press this, it turns this light off and turns this light on. So with it in the up position, green light will be on. Press it, red light will come on. I'll press the button, smoke will go. Sounds good, let's do it. Okay, so I got some of these things going. So basically what I flipped it over now. On the back side I got the M18 drill battery. I got the stop switch wired up, so if I hit the button, you should be able to see it glowing. So what I've done is I just found some stuff laying around the garage, and this is an old LED harness that I'm using. Rather than getting a bus bar and putting bus bars underneath it here to connect 12 or 24 volt, whatever voltage, it's going to be like 18 volts. To connect all that voltage together, I have to run multiple wires, and this is a split. So at least it gives me 4 different wires, actually a total of 8 different wires to attach positive and negative whatever voltage to. So kind of that's where I'm at now. I'm getting ready to solder these connections together and get the green one wired in. All right. So here I am. I'm hooking up these wires to the individual leads on the back of the little micro switches. I use solder. It basically costs me nothing rather than hooking up little connectors to everything. And then I just hooked them right into the back of the indicator lights. So figuring out these wasn't too bad. I figured out which was positive, which was negative, and which is open. So here, she's going to explain.
This is going to set the timer. I'm going to put my tablet here, press this button, and then it will launch.
Show me what these buttons over here do.
Over.
Yeah, scoot your little scoocher. Oh, what's the keyboard do?
What does it do?
It's just types.
It just types it you can do whatever you want with it. You can just play with it. It'll just it talks to the rocket.
And then do the other switches?
And then these are the same ones. And you can't do it in the middle.
Oh, green.
If we do it this way, we can't.
Show me all green lights.
All green lights?
Yeah.
Oh. All green lights right there.
Oh, this one's red.
Oh, so all green lights? Twist it. That's green.
Green. All good. I gotta still work on these ones.
And then we gotta still work on these ones because we need to put button, 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 button.
That's right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So today I'm going to be showing you a general overview of how I'm going to set up the Cybertruck for the CyberRocket trunk or treat display. So I'm going to have a table. This is a kind of a working table that I have. I take to some displays in the local Tampa area, and I set out some of the parts that I have for Teslas. But today I'm going to be using it for a mission control station. So I'm going to get a couple things set over here and kind of get it set up and kind of show you some of the things I purchased along the way, what you can purchase if you want to do a CyberRocket for yourself. So, first thing is the mission control station. This one probably took the most amount of time. This is the mission control station. So these are some of the things I've done. And I've documented most of this. A keyboard, this is a Tesla MCU out of a Model S and a Model X. Just a PCBA to make it look official. I'm going to get a P-Touch label machine and label them different things like booster control and so on, so the kids are playing with this. This empty spot is going to be for an iPad, which I'll put in here in just a couple minutes. And on the back, what I did was I have a M18 Milwaukee battery, so it's 18 volts, so I'll go ahead and plug that in now. And then I've run all the wiring to all the indicator lights and everything. This is it. This is a little support brace, and this is where the iPad will go. So I'm going to get it set up on the table here. These lights, I randomly wired them in, so they don't really have any particular function. They just do random things. I may rework this because obviously if this is on right now, then both of these lights are on. So on this one, I just stole one of the kids' iPads, and I'm going to have a timer. It's going to go a countdown timer, so you can see it there. I was going to make a bracket and everything, and then I decided, you know what? I'm going to set it underneath of there and just tape it. So I'm going to go ahead and tape that in there now. There we go. So it'll sit like that. And that'll be the countdown timer. Alright, so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up, I have a Tesla MCU. So this will be for the kids to play with. So maybe I will end up making a bracket today for that guy. Alright, so this MCU, get this baby plugged in. So this will be kind of fun because the kids will be able to play all the games that are on a normal Tesla. So chess or asteroid. This looks like an official cord, so I'll use this coming from the NASA control station, the mission control station. I'll have it going over here. The MCU will be plugged into it, but it'll make it look like it's connected to the truck, which it will be, but not for the reason that they know. There you go, you can see the MCU booting up now. All right, so now some other things. This is gonna be the fog machine. So what we're gonna do is when the kids hit the launch button, I'm gonna be sitting off to the side and I'm gonna turn the red LED lights on this and then hit the fog and it's gonna shoot out the back of the Cybertruck. I'm gonna have it in the tailgate and it'll just shoot right out of the back of there. Now the next thing I'm gonna have, this little Tights rocket. So I picked this up off of Facebook Marketplace for $100. And so what I'm gonna end up doing with this is I'm gonna end up putting this on the glass of the truck. But this is gonna sit on top of the truck and I got little felt pads that I'm gonna put there. So hopefully I don't have to secure it. It'll just sit there under its own weight. It's, I don't know, 20 pounds. So that'll go on top of the truck. These are the next things. So I got my whole family astronaut outfit. So this is me, mission commander. This is gonna be my wife. And then these are gonna be my two younger daughters. They weren't terribly excited about being astronauts, but they're doing it for dad, so. And then as you can see here, I may have the games pulled up. My daughter likes to play chess on here. That'd be kind of cool. They can play chess if they want to. So that'll be just a little activity. This is a magnet that I'm gonna put on the side of the truck. The NASA space sticker. I got a couple other, this is a magnet as well. Because it's my buddy's truck, I don't want to be going and putting vinyl stickers all over the whole thing, so I'm trying to respect his property. And then I got a big blank magnet that I want to design into the SpaceX logo. I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting it cut out exactly how I want it, but these are a couple things that are going to go on the side. All right, so I think that's about it. I've showed you everything that I think I'm going to do. There we go. So now it's sitting off of it. Perfect. Not that it's going to ride there, but I don't want there to be pressure sitting on that glass and it's heated up with the glass hot. And the last thing I want to do is break his glass. So got now 4 pressure points that the thing sits on. So my idea is use these magnets like this. They stick decent. Stainless is technically not supposed to be magnetic, so yeah, that'll fit just perfect. So now I'll mount these to this and that should fit just fine. All right, so here's the contraption I came up with. These are the magnets, so they should hold on there pretty good. So I should be able to just stick this on here and they don't stay. Dang it. This is not quite as magnetic. I guess it's probably because of the stainless. And he does have it wrapped PPF, so maybe that's why it's not quite as magnetic, but dang, it sucks. I was a little frustrated at this, but luckily I had done this about a week prior to, so I had plenty of time to fix everything. I'm glad I didn't do it last minute like I normally do, so I was able to basically make some modification and hook them into the top, which actually I think turned out to look way better. Even though it wasn't the original plan, at least it came together nicely. So here I am loading up, and this is the first trial run that we were doing. So we went to the local school, set everything all up, and we got to run our very first demo, which was good because the fog machine quit working, and certain things weren't working, certain things were. So I'm glad that we got it knocked out first. So here, check it out.
15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
This was kind of my first failed attempt, but at least I did it during the trial run. I wasn't within range of the fog machine, so it didn't work. So this is it working later on. All right, I got everything loaded up. It all fits in the back. I gotta go up here and thank my helper. Hey, thanks for all the help.
You're welcome.
So this was the day of the actual trunk or treat and got everything all set up. It worked out great. I did end up getting the SpaceX logo cut out with the magnets. So that's that. It looks pretty good.
12, 11, 10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
You're going to press it. Now I need somebody to put in the password. Me. You're not putting the password. I need somebody to do this. Who?
So my daughter had a just absolute blast with this. She loves being in charge and being kind of the star of the show. So she just had a blast. And as you can see here, there's a big crowd. And this is actually after quite a few people had already thinned out. This is towards the later part of the evening where I actually had a little bit of downtime to grab the drone and put it up in the air. But it was pretty busy. I was pretty busy managing, scheduling the time. I ended up doing a light show every 4 minutes with a launch every 4 minutes. So getting that timing just right, putting it on the iPad and making sure that it was pretty critical on the timing, because people would start to count down and I'm like, oh no, did I get it exactly right? So it worked out great, but overall we just had an absolute blast. So hopefully you can do this too. Thanks for watching.